What is going on, guys? Welcome back, and today we have a NBA recap for Friday, May 28th. Some exciting stretch of games, but we do start out with the Knicks and Hawks game number 3, which was in Atlanta, after MSG was absolutely hyped for the first two games with New York being there. But starting off with New York, Julius Randle, 2 for 15 from the field and being 2 for 7 from 3, only had 14 points. He was struggling today. That would be the reason they would end up losing by 11, 105-94. And Derrick Rose got this starting job, decided to go off. 30 points, 3 for 5 from three-point range, 5 assists, 6 rebounds, and Reggie Bullock also had 11, and then Nerlens Noel with 12 off the bench. But credits to Derrick Rose just carrying this team all the way into content to win this game. But yeah, the Hawks would end up taking the dub, and with Derrick Rose's efforts, it would not be enough for Trae Young to have, I thought it was more, but he only had 21 points. 14 assists, though, the playmaker and the leading scorer out there. Bogdanovich had 15, 3 for 4 from three-point range, and 14 for Collins, 13 for Capella, 13 and 12 for Capella. Kevin Huerter with 10 off the bench, and same with Gallinari, who had 12. So the Hawks end up taking game 3 after the series was tied. So a big game for them as they now take a series lead. New York will have to win if they don't want to go down 3-1. Moving on to the second game of the day, arguably the most exciting one, Nets versus Celtics. The Celtics only won by 6 in a high-scoring game, 125-119. As they do not go down 3-0, they will force it wasn't like a must-win game, but Brooklyn still has a 2-1 lead, but the Celtics at least do not go down 3-0. James Harden with 50 points, 5-0, 50 points. Harden was right behind with 41, but starting off with the Celtics, because they were the winning team, we always start off with the winning team. Tatum 5 for 11 from three-point range, 50 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. He was the leading scorer and the star of the game. Tristan Thompson had 19 points, 13 rebounds, so he was on today also. Marcus Smart with 23, 5 for 8 from downtown, including a 4-point play, I believe, at some point in the game. And Evan Fournier with 17, being 50% from the field. So Boston was playing really good. They did not want to go down 3-0. Not like the Miami Heat, who literally, it almost looked like they wanted to go down 3-0. But KD had 39, and we're kind of focusing on the big three here. KD had 39. We can throw in that Joe Harris was 2 for 7 from 3, so he did struggle. Kyrie also struggled with 6 for 17 from the field, but that's okay because you have two other superstars around you know what I mean? James Harden had 41, and then Kevin Durant had 39 points. So, your two stars had a really good game, and I was talking about this I don't think it was on this episode. It might have been on a podcast episode, but I was saying that if one of the stars don't do good, then you will lose the game. And with Kyrie Irving struggling from the field, Jason Tatum just took advantage of that, I guess, and the Celtics ended up winning. So they take a win, and they're still losing the series 2-1, but they do not go down 3-0. By the way, if you guys don't remember, I did bet my friend, a Celtics fan, that if the Celtics did win 2 games in the series, I would buy a Jason Tatum jersey. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. Moving on to the last game of the day. Clippers versus Mavericks. This was a very exciting game, but listen, the Mavericks were on a tear to start the game. It was like 14-2. The Clippers had already called 2 timeouts. Luka Doncic literally hit every single one of their points. It was like 24-6 at one point. It was insane, but the Clippers rallied back in that first quarter and it became a close game. It was only a 3-point game going to the second. Then it was, if I do the math right here, it was about I'm not even sure. It was a close game all around, but the fourth quarter is where the Clippers took over. They didn't really take over like I mean it, but like, they kind of took advantage of them in the fourth and stopped them, held them to only 20 points in the fourth quarter. Kawhi Leonard led with 36 points, Marcus Morris with 15, and Paul George struggled from the field. He was 11 for 18 with 2 for 6, but he had 29 points. But, Luka Doncic, Luka Magic had around, if I do this right, he had about 44, but that's going to wrap up. You guys have a great day. Peace.